No.
Hey, Josh.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Josh.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, having a bit of connection issue there.
Still there?
Yeah, hang on.
Maybe try speaking up. Try that.
Talking to my normal voice here, can you hear me?
That's better. Yep, that's it.
Cool. Okay, cool. Thank you guys very much for taking time to do this interview.
That's okay. There might be a little delay. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. No, thank you, Josh. Where are you from?
I am from Minnesota in the United States.
Oh, awesome. Good stuff.
Oh, awesome. Well, again, thank you very much for taking time to do this interview and talking about this amazing second album that you guys have just released this past week with Black Magic Terror. I love this album from start to finish. I really love what you guys have done and really progressed with your guys' sound. And, I just think in 2020, with the year that we've had, these nearly 40 minutes that you brought out with these 9 tracks is exactly what we need right now for the world.
Fuck yeah.
That's great to hear,
That's
man.
really good. I'm glad you dig it.
Oh, totally. I mean, just from start to finish, I mean, it's just, I love this style of metal so much. I love that intensity that's going on there. I mean, everything from the screams to the songwriting to the production to the album covers, just like it screams something that we need here in 2020. And, it's just great to see that you guys were still able to put out this album in 2020 despite everything going on. Oh, sure thing. I was just saying that, it's great to see that this album was still able to come out in 2020 despite everything that's been going on.
Right. It's we're looking forward to getting out of the country when things clear up as much as anybody. Like maybe especially someone from the States is probably looking to get out of the States right now. Get out and vote. But seriously, folks. I think we're going to see a lot of new music come out probably next year, or when things have settled down a bit. What we had here in New Zealand was a great opportunity to record this album during lockdown. But then when things opened up again, for us, we had this album totally ready, so we could release it even if we don't get to tour on it.
Yeah, we can't be the only one that was planning to have an album out this year. I think a lot of people might be waiting to see what happens. We had this album mostly finished at the start of the year, and we finished it off during our first lockdown. And then our lockdown cleared up and things went back to normal, and we're able to move around the country and we got it finished off and then we put it out. I mean, there's not too many albums coming out this year from what I've seen compared to the other years, and that's understandable. However, I don't know if people haven't got around to recording them or they're waiting to see what happens. Because, definitely one thing is different is we can't really tour with this album. I mean, overseas.
Oh, that totally makes sense. But yeah, I'm glad to see that things in your guys' area is starting to open back up and trying to get things to back some kind of normalcy, and I hope that starts happening around the world as well, because we really need that right now.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. I couldn't even imagine what other countries are going through still for the whole, Yeah. I mean, we had lockdown and we finished lockdown and things went back to normal, but, there's countries that are going into their second lockdown. I mean, Australia just had, their second lockdown for 2 months. I mean, I couldn't even think of that.
Yeah. You have our sympathies, man.
But everything's been pretty normal here for a while. So
now if we want, we can do a New Zealand-wide tour of 3 cities.
Oh, well, I mean, it's still with that, it's just like it's great to see at least your guys' area was able to do that. I mean, obviously here in America, everything is so messed up right now, and I'm sure we're the when you look at the international news, I'm sure America's just like a laughingstock right now for the way that we've been handling this thing. But, just taking that all aside, I mean, that's exactly why I appreciate something like Black Magic Terror being able to come out. So, when I am stuck at home, when I'm not able to leave and I see everything that's going on in the news in the world right now, I'm able to put on something like this, and for 40 minutes, I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. I'm just thinking about some great heavy metal that you guys have released, and it's so great to see that.
100%, man. When I was on lockdown, that was what we did, man. I've got albums that I listen listened to over and over, and new ones and old ones during lockdown that now have that kind of lockdown nostalgia feel to them when I hear them. TV shows. I mean, it is all about the arts when you're locked down, isn't it? I mean, what else are you going to do?
Oh, it's so very true. And, everyone has their own way of doing that, be it music or movies or television or whatever the case is. And, it's just, everyone has their way to be able to go through it. And that is the sad part right now. It's just like with the arts, being able to enjoy them from home. It's just obviously not being able to go out and see the arts live. And I'm hoping that changes next year where people realize what's going on in the world, how we're able to get over this virus and we're able to get back to some kind of normalcy, because I would love to be able to hear how these songs sound in that live setting.
So we've only got local shows now, obviously, no international shows. And one good thing that's come out of it is the local shows are just absolutely packed compared to pre-COVID times when there'll be local shows, because that's all we have now. And people are just dead keen on getting out and seeing live music. So on a plus side, there's a lot going on in our city and country in terms of shows and music right now.
Oh, that's so great to hear that. I mean, when you guys were able to do that very first show, I mean, what was it like to be able to get back on stage and play live?
That's coming in 4 days.
Oh, it is coming.
Friday as our release party show.
Oh, that's got to be such a great feeling to be able to go out there and be able to have a release party for this album. I mean, especially, again, with the rest of the world not knowing what's going on. I mean, you guys are able to go out there and do that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool, and that is special, and we're lucky to have that.
Yeah, we don't take that for granted.
Yeah. So, normally it's like, man, New Zealand's so far away. We're at the arse end of the world. Getting to anywhere is a mission, and now we're actually happy to be here this year, so far away from everyone. It's safe.
It's a blessing and a curse, like, fuck it.
Oh, totally. And I just gotta imagine, just like with so many people being able to go out and appreciate the show coming up in 4 days. I mean, being able to hear some of these songs live, being able to hear the previous album as well. I mean, just, after all of this time and being able to go out there and play, I mean, just being able to work on these songs with the practice. I mean, let alone being able to do that instead of just being in isolation the whole time. That's got to be a great feeling as well.
That is right. Yeah. So as I said before, I just can't imagine it still going on if it was for us in here. It was quite a unreal feeling being locked down, and I know there's different types of lockdown, but the big lockdown was quite mentally challenging for a lot of people, including myself. I kind of, we were lucky because we got to finish off the record in lockdown. Me and Dave, we met up, got a little studio in between our houses in the city. But man, I started off lockdown. I was right, I'm ready to get a lot of shit done. And as the days went by, the lockdown just beated you into submission. And by the end of it, you were just sleeping and not getting much done.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to get so fuck. Yeah, I'm going to change my life. It's a big opportunity to do all the things that I said I was going to do, and then, like day 3, you've just eaten your body weight in cheese. You know what I mean? And like, fuck. So I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like for you guys, like a really...
What's happening is it Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah. So you guys are allowed to go back to work, or what is it? How is it working?
A lot of people are adapting to being able to work from home if they have some kind of job with a computer. Otherwise, mandatory jobs that require being out there. There's the people that have to wear the face masks for protection, and then we got the other people that are out there that refuse to wear masks and being able to have this virus just spread longer and longer, and it's just so much turmoil. Thankfully, Minnesota is one of the better states about that, but there's so many around here surrounding us that are terrible at it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of places are still closed, and a lot of people's works are still closed and stuff, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are on unemployment and looking for new jobs. They're trying to do something where they're able to work from home, because that's definitely a new thing that's been catching up on here. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. We had a lot of working from home, a lot of adaptation and stuff like that, and a lot of that working from home is still going on now, even though everything's opened back up. But, you know, in terms of the people that are out there protesting the lockdown and not advising by guidelines, I mean, I can kind of get it in the sense of they're sick of it, and they're sick of probably this whole year in lockdown, but at the same time, you know, all this freedom of speech and, like, you know, I don't have to wear a mask, and that is not helping.
Oh, it's not in the slightest, and again, like I was saying before, I can only imagine how much of a laughingstock the United States looks right now, because other countries realize the importance of what's going on and making sure that their citizens are safe, and people wanting to make sure that they don't get sick, they don't get others sick. And then when you look over here in America, I mean, it's just insane. Yeah. Like, it's almost like going out your front door with a mask, and you get shunned for it, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, and you're not the only ones. You know, Australia had quite a bit of an uprising on anti-masks, and I think there's a bit of anti-mask kind of vibe in most countries. Those kind of certain people, you know, will always do that, and it seems to be getting more and more as the year goes on. But I mean, you're right. I mean, we are looking at America as what the hell's going on, but man, we know what's going on. You've got it's crazy times over there, man. What's going on? I mean, you've got the election in 2 days. You've got fucking Trump as the president. You've got his whole supportive crew that's doing all this, and hopefully it all sorts itself out in a way, but it's going to be a long road.
Oh, it really is.
We don't doubt the fact that there's a lot of normal people over there that are also, you know, what the fuck's going on, like you, for example, you know, and most people that we talk to. So yeah, in a way we are looking at America like that, but you know, we know why.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, just like everywhere else, there's always people who understand what's going on, people who don't understand what's going on, and people who won't take it seriously. But yeah, I'm just hoping that things are able to turn around at some point, and we're able to get back to that normalcy, and you know, just getting back to, you know, being able to play live shows, being able to play those international shows for you guys, because you know, touring is such a great and important aspect of being in a band, and when you take so much time to be able to make an album like Black Magic Terror, I mean, you want to be able to go out and explore the world and be able to promote the album in that live way.
Yeah, so being in New Zealand, you know, going over to Europe and doing a tour, we've done 2 now, and they are quite a lot of work in terms of planning and shit, and it makes it really a lot, it really helps, and it makes it a lot, the organising a lot easier. You know, you've got metal scenes in each country that are DIY promoters that are helping you out and all that, and that's perfect. But you know, we don't have the opportunity to kind of, we're not that big to rely on. I mean, we've got day jobs, you know, most people have day jobs, but you know, with the size of our band right now, we're not full-time musicians. You know, we don't rely on going to Europe and doing the festival scene all summer as much as we'd love to, you know. So I really do feel for those bands that are in those positions that is their livelihood, you know. For us, it's icing on the cake. For us, it's a really, really fun, awesome opportunity. And, you know, I guess now that you don't have it, once you had it, you know, it is a bit of a, what's the word for it? Take for granted. I mean, now that you don't have it and no one can do anything, you kind of like, you want to do it. But what I'm saying is that for us, you know, once a year we'll go over somewhere. So it's not that big of a change for us right now.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, totally. And yeah, that does make sense. And yeah, I mean, hopefully that does change in 2021.
It's a really big opportunity for us to be able to go over somewhere and play. So we'll take whatever we can get. But yeah, this year we're not going anywhere. Play some local shit, which is fine, and then see what next year brings. But it is going to take a while.
Oh, it really is. And that's why it's so fortunate to see that New Zealand is able to get back and having these shows, and you are able to have the album release show coming out just a week after the release of the album. I mean, it's incredible to see everything that's going on with that as well too, because you know, it's just like I was saying before. I mean, this album is something that deserves that live promotion, and the fact that people are going out there supporting live music again after this year, and being able to see an incredible band like you guys being able to tear it up. I mean, I just know that's going to be an incredible show.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully I can can get some kind of recording for everyone. But it will really looking forward to it, and I think the people are looking forward to it too. And I think that will happen when live shows are on again. I think everyone's going to go crazy wherever they are in whatever city.
Oh, definitely. And with that in mind too, I mean, with this new album coming out, and when you get back to playing more of the live shows, I mean, it's going to be cool to be able to see, knowing that you have 2 full albums worth of material now. I mean, it's great to be able to see that you can switch up songs now and really make the set list more diverse.
Yeah, completely right. That's what we've been doing in the last 2 weeks. We just started practicing again, and I think we've put together a really, really cool live set of new and old stuff, and I'm really looking forward to playing it on Friday.
Oh, that's just so cool. Yeah, and yeah,
I wish you could come.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I could especially use something like that. I mean, I'm sure there's so many people that would be listening to this and, hearing about you guys and just knowing that they would love to be able to see a metal show like that. And, even if there's like cell phone footage out there, just knowing that there's going to be, live music available in some capacity that's still going on here in 2020, and what to look forward to in 2021 as well too, hopefully with more of the world being able to open up for the rest of the bands out there. And with you guys being in such a great aspect where you are able to have your real lives, you're able to have the band life as well too, being able to go forward through everything and still being able to survive as well too, being able to work and being able to have the band and being in that situation and being able to put out an album like this. And like I was saying before, with everything going on in 2020, being able to see this album come out, a lot of people are able to appreciate a great metal album like this. And just the fact that everything did come out the way that it did. I mean, yeah, again, everything from the production, the songwriting, the album artwork I love so much, and just seeing all the detail that you guys have put into this and just seeing the progression of what you guys have done since the debut album, it's just incredible.
Fuck, man, I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what we've been working on a lot to get across. So I'm glad that you've picked up on all that and that you appreciate it, because it makes all the time that we put into it worth it.
Oh, totally. And I'm glad to hear that too, and I know I'm not alone in that. I mean, every time that, like when Of Steel and Fire was able to come out, seeing the people's reaction to that, I've been seeing a lot of great positive reception for this album and for you guys here in 2020, and it's really cool to be able to see that too, and just knowing this side of metal is getting that love and respect it deserves.
Oh, it's funny because up until the album coming out, no one's heard it, and then obviously it's our second album, and that's probably that's a lot of pressure for anyone. But once the reviews started coming in and hearing people like yourselves say exactly what we wanted to get across, it just makes it all just even more worthwhile for all the time that we put into it. It can't be a better reception, which I'm very, very, very thankful for. It could have gone the other way. It could have been like, this album sucked. What happened? You had a good start and on the first album, and this is what you release. So I'm really happy that there's been a lot of positive feedback, because that was obviously the number one goal, was good and new, better music for people that love it.
Oh, totally. And that always seems to happen with the second album, is people wondering like, is the band going to change? Are they going to stay the same? How different is it going to be from the first album? Am I still going to like it?
100%.
And yeah.
And everyone's got a different opinion of what they want. Does the band do the same but different? Do they do something different and not the same? I like that better, stuff like that. I have that as well with bands that I like. And you've just got to kind of just see what the band wants to do and what they're trying to do. And maybe they do want to go in a different direction, and that's fine, but maybe that's where your love of that band stops for that album. I don't know. You know what I mean? We're all fans of bands, and I think it's because we care about the music and the band so much that we have such a strong opinion on what they're going to do next and what their new releases are. The fans are just as invested in the bands as the band is. Some of these fans have been with us since day one, and it feels like it's theirs just as much as it is ours.
Yeah, and that's such one of the most rewarding parts of it, is when you're able to stick to your guns and be the band that you want to be. be. I mean, whether it's from the debut album going on to the next album, going on to the next album, you're able to continue being yourselves and be what you want the band to be. And the fan reaction is not only positive, but continues to grow.
That is, I think, the ultimate goal, pretty much.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, and just seeing that happen, seeing these great positive receptions that I've been seeing online towards you guys, it's absolutely worthwhile. And it's just and I thank you guys so much for like making this album, making sure that everything could still happen in 2020 and everything that's going on here, because, it's just like, this is a great 40-minute escape, just being able to hear these songs, just that great throwback to a great metal that you guys are able to do with just enough modern twinge to really make it your own. And just being able to solidify that with every release that you guys have done so far and being able to see that progression, it only gets tighter and tighter.
Zach, awesome. That's really good. I mean, that's my number one. That's, exactly what you said is our main concern, as well as, obviously us having fun and doing and making stuff, but, it is for you guys as much as it is for us.
Oh, and it's great to be able to have that vision as well, too. And, just seeing everything that's going along with that and, hopefully more live shows that are able to happen in 2021. And, of course, looking at, again, seeing the show that's coming up on Friday and being able to play songs off the new album, hear songs from the debut album, being able to check that out as well. And, just being able to spice things up with now having 2 albums worth of music to be able to choose from, with the extended touring cycle that I'm sure is to happen with this album, because of 2020 being able to take away so much from it. When you are able to go out and start playing live shows again, I mean, it's going to be a great feeling knowing that you have all this material to be able to choose from and then being inspired for the next album as well.
Yeah, 100%. And especially songs, I mean, a couple of these songs we've been playing, but, if you didn't know the songs, now you can come along to the show and know the songs because we've got a second album out. That is definitely something new for us, yeah, for sure. Have you seen the latest video, Josh?
I have. I really love the way that turned out, too.
Cool. Awesome. That was a lot of fun to make. That was cool. Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, and
we're talking about the mini horror movie, right?
Oh, sorry?
We're talking about the mini horror movie on Holocene End.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually just going to be asking about that as well, too. How was it decided to be able to choose that song and being able to make a video during times like this?
Well, there's no, obviously no lockdown here, and everyone's gagging for something to do. There are only so many live shows you can go to with your liver intact. So, we made friends with there's a secret tip. What's the American word for tip? Like a dump? Landfill?
Yeah, dump, landfill. That's pretty much what we use.
Yeah, cool. So we have one of those that
industrial landfill,
like an industrial landfill that a friend of ours befriended, and so for a case of beer, I guess you call it a case of beer, we'll drop it off to this dude's house, and he'll give us the key essentially, and we can just run amok up there and just do whatever we want. And he's just dead keen. There are like kind of no rules. It's a wasteland up there. It's incredible.
Did you see the video for Intruder?
I did as well, yes.
Yeah, so that's the landfill. So we went up there and got pissed one day and filmed that video. That's kind of like more of a fun video with friends. And the same location was used for Holocene End.
Oh, I mean, that's so great that you're able to have a location like that. I mean, especially when you look at the final product and you just look at the landscape and the background of how that all looks. I mean, it feels like it's a perfect location to be able to film something like this. Because just everything that's going on there and being able to have that desolate area where you're able to film like that, that's just so cool.
Yeah,
we've been searching for a place like that for quite a while, so to finally have the place now is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Because these videos, it's hard to do anything around this round. I mean, you can't just go and light a fire anywhere and film some shit. I mean, you get in trouble for that.
Oh, yeah.
We have a few options. You know, there are a couple of abandoned buildings around town from a killer earthquake we had a little ways back. We were really throwing that up in the air, like how much trouble would we get to go into one of these buildings, you know, like knock some shit down, you know, start a little fire. If we put it out, you know, like how long would it take us to get caught before could we shoot a video in that short amount of time? And, you know, it was a real blessing to find this place, man. It was a real blessing.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, between both videos and being able to have locations for that and being able to have two different style videos like that as well, too. I mean, you know, just being able to see these concepts come to fruition and I mean, I'm glad to see that in a year like 2020 when there is so much negativity that's going on in the world right now, seeing that you guys were able to have fun with this album, being able to actually go out and film great music videos for this. I mean, whether it's more fun, whether it's more scary, whatever the case being. I mean, it's a great throwback, especially when I look at Holocene End. I mean, I really love being able to see like that great 70s, 80s horror feel that's going on with it. And, you know, just being able to forget that I'm in 2020 for about 6 minutes.
Yeah, I mean...
man, you're welcome.
Videos are a hard one, you know? I mean, do you go for, like, you know, the kind of band playing? Do you go for the... Yeah, it's a lot of ideas you can do for a video, but I'm glad that I'm really glad about what we've done with the videos, so I'm glad that people are watching them and having some fun.
Hey, if you're, I'm not sure if your listeners are aware of another really great, iconic horror movie that was shot in Wellington, Brain Dead.
Oh, yes.
I think it was released Eaten Alive in the States at the time.
And Bad Taste?
Yeah.
Or was that Brain Dead?
Both.
They're two separate movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Both shot around the Wellington region. We've shot a music video, Behold the Beast.
Yeah, have you seen the one Behold the Beast where we're on the kind of like the coast?
Oh, yeah, I did. I saw that, I saw that a while back. I mean,
that's also some of the same locations as some of these famous horror movies are set.
Yeah, fun fact for your listeners out there.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, Brain Dead, I mean, that's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And knowing that you're around that area, I mean, New Zealand is known for so many great horror movies of the modern age and also of days gone by, too. And now seeing that you guys are able to add to that as well, too. I mean, being able to have a location like that landfill, being able to have a location like that looks so different as well too in different locations and it's so desolate and everything. It looks so cool. And, you know, being able to have such like a legendary horror scene over there as well as a fantastic metal music scene going on over there. I mean, we've talked about it plenty in this interview, but it's so great to see that you guys are able to go out, film videos, being able to play live shows, go see shows, and get back to that normalcy in 2020.
Yeah, man. Again, we don't take it for granted. It's a fucking special place to live, and it's an incredible place to live, as far away as it is from everything. You know, as miserable as it can be. It's fucking amazing, and we're just really happy to be here making music for people like you that kind of get it, man. Like, we're fucking thanks, bro.
Hopefully you can come over one day and we'll show you the sights.
Oh, I would love to be able to do that one day when things get back to normal. I mean, especially a year like this has made me realize like how much I want to be able to go out and see the world, especially when I've been stuck at home for so long and barely being able to go out and do anything this year. I want to be able to go out and explore areas like that, and being able to see New Zealand like that. That's definitely one thing I want to be able to do. I mean, if that happens, I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah, man. Well, tell us when it happens, and we'll write a roll into the music video for you, and we'll mold a mask to your face, and you can be one of the mutants.
Oh, that would be incredible. Yeah, I would. Yeah, now I have to do it.
Something.
Oh, that's got me so excited for the future. Yeah. I mean, being able to do that would be just so cool. And, you know, thank you in advance for that. And, you know, with that as well, too, you know, thank you guys so much for taking the time to be able to talk about what's going on with the band right now. And, of course, with the new album being out this past Friday through Napalm Records. I mean, it's great to see that you guys are able to release such a killer album on such a killer label as well, too, with a passionate label like Napalm Records, and being able to have the album release show coming up on Friday. I hope that place is just packed, being able to see you guys and everything to look forward to in 2021 as well. I mean, hopefully at some point, myself being able to get down there, but also just everything that can happen as far as live shows, inspiration for the next album, everything that's going on, and, just everything that's been going on positive with you guys. It's just, it's so incredible to see. And again, I just thank you guys so much for taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything.
Hey man, we thank you for taking the time to spread the word too, man. I mean, it's people like you that gets it out there in front of new people, and I thank you for your time and effort for everything that you do.
Exactly, man. Thanks so much.
And for everyone else like you. I mean, it goes both ways.